Bloomberg has been bragging about his relationship with Obama, and Joe Biden can't have that. Now, Joe Biden might have a bunch of fumbles on the campaign trail, but one thing his campaign gets right is advertising, and his political ads can get vicious. Take a look.
Healthcare bill that does absolutely nothing to fix the big healthcare problems in this country. It is just a disgrace. I would argue that today we are more segregated in America, certainly, than we were in terms of race, than we were a dozen years ago. Why during the Obama administration didn't we pull together? Well, I asked the president, that's his job really, to pull people together. Obama did basically nothing. That administration did almost nothing.
You say that you're a big fan of Donald Trump.
I friend of Donald Trump's. He's a New York icon.
You've actually been.
So for those of you listening to the audio podcast of the show, let me just summarize some of the parts that you didn't get to see. So there were, pictures of Bloomberg hobnobbing with Trump and his wife toward the end. Also, while he brags about his relationship with Obama, the fact of the matter is he said some pretty vicious things about Obama during his administration. For instance, Obama wanted to monitor Mayor Bloomberg's stop and frisk policy in New York, and Bloomberg didn't like that. He also didn't like the Wall Street regulations, even though they were incredibly watered down and weak. Bloomberg didn't like them, and so he lashed out against Obama on that as well. Now, I think this ad is great because it really does dispel all the nonsense that you've probably seen in some of these Bloomberg ads. I want to show you one of them in just a second, but before I do, Cenk, do you want to jump in?
Yeah, so we're fair, so I'll tell you two different things in that ad that make sense and don't make sense. So Bloomberg criticizing Obama's record on the environment, let's keep it real, he's criticizing him in that case from the left. Now, you're not seeing a lot of stuff from Bloomberg coming from the left these days, but that one was. Now, I don't think it's quite fair to say that Obama did nothing about climate change. He did Paris Climate Accords, and especially at the end of his term, he did a lot of executive orders that were helpful. Okay, but Bloomberg is saying he should have done more, and I agree with that, okay? Everything else is nonsense. So the most egregious one is not even the Wall Street one, but him blaming Obama for not solving racial relationships in his term. What? No. The Republicans viciously attacked Obama on racial issues. So what the hell was he supposed to do?
It was Obama's fault.
To say that was Obama's fault. Look, I criticize Obama from the left all the time. Anybody who watches the Young Turks knows that, right? But you're gonna blame Obama for racial relations?
Yeah, he is.
That's mental.
He is, because it's not the first time he's blamed black men for things that they're not responsible for.
100%, all Bloomberg ever does is blame black men. He said, well, if we are doing stop and frisk and we didn't catch a black guy with a gun, that just means he has it at home. Oh, for God's sake, right? And then he didn't endorse Obama in 2008? After the Republicans crashed the economy and the Wall Street crashed the economy, because Bloomberg is Wall Street. He is Wall Street.
He was a Republican until like yesterday.
And he made his whole money off of Wall Street. So that's why the TV guys love him, because they're like, ooh, Wall Street, ooh, money, oh, I love it, right? Yeah. But his record is terrible. I love that Biden's ad people are going after him like this with facts. Now, it's definitely snarky. You know what? I might vote for Biden's ad person more than I'd vote for Biden. Not might, definitely. Like if Biden's ad person was in the campaign, I'd be like, oh, let's have a conversation. I'll hear you out.
I really enjoy vicious ads. I don't know if you remember or even saw the Biden ad against Buttigieg.
Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, I love that ad. Yeah.
Yes.
And by the way, Biden has more leeway to do this. If Bernie did those ads.
He should do them anyway.
The mainstream media would be like, you see this is the kind of ugliness that divides the party. Here goes Bernie Sanders again against unity. Biden does it, they're like, oh, bravo, nice snarky ad.
That's true, but there's nothing that Bernie could do that would make them happy or avoid criticizing him. So he should put out the vicious ads anyway. I love them.
Yeah, I totally agree.
And okay, so look, I think it's important to give you further context because one of the ads that Bloomberg has put out there, and I actually saw it today for the first time, touts his relationship with Obama. Take a look.
Leadership in action. Mayor Bloomberg and President Obama worked together in the fight for gun safety laws, to improve education, and to develop innovative ways to help teens gain the skills needed to find good jobs.
At a time when Washington is divided in old ideological battles, he shows us what can be achieved when we bring people together to seek pragmatic solutions.
So I just want to note that a few Obama aides have come out and mentioned that no, Bloomberg had a troubling relationship at times with Obama. Tommy Vitor said, it's jarring to see all these Bloomberg ads that suggest Obama has endorsed him, especially considering how perfunctory his endorsement of Obama was back in 2012. And remember, he didn't endorse Obama in 2008. And also Dan Pfeiffer said, quote, did they work together on issues? Absolutely. I think these ads tell a story that is belied by the reality of that relationship that I think is somewhat complicated.
They're being way too kind.
Yeah, they are.
And the reason they're being kind is because, anyway, there's a lot of different reasons. But one of them is that everybody's kind to Bloomberg because he has a ton of money and everybody wants a part of that money or is scared of that money. I don't think that applies to Tommy, but I don't know about the rest. So look, we're fair. So Bloomberg has done really good work on gun safety issues. He's also done really good work on the environment. On everything else, he has been horrific. So when he said Obama's financial reforms were tiny, you could barely see them. Volcker at the end was like, yeah, right? And Volcker's a conservative and he wanted them to do a lot more regulation. He's like, no, you're letting the banks get away with murder. He pulled out and said, I don't even want my name on it, right? So that's how weak the financial reform was. Bloomberg was like, oh, my Wall Street friends are offended. It is stupid what you have done. So spare me that you're buddies with Obama, okay? It's a total mistelling of reality.